You trying to tell me that the bishop and Mavis slept together? When did this happen? Somebody let me know. Did this happen before him and May got married? Alright, y'all, what's up? This is Poetry with My Twisted Life. I'm coming to you with the Greenleaf Season 2 Episode 1 review. House Divided. And this review is coming super late because, one, I almost didn't do it. This show has such touching subject matters that kind of put me in a negative headspace for a minute. Had to regain and regroup. So I still ain't sure if I'm going to continue on with this episode because I don't like the space that I'm in. Might end up having to go back to therapy, and I'm joking right now, but I'm so serious at the same time. Okay, let's see if we can get it started. We got my notes. I watched this Saturday morning. This is 6 o'clock in the a.m. I'm about to take myself to the garden, go do some work in the garden. But I need to get up, and I said, let me go ahead and at least get this first episode in, just so y'all can know that maybe or maybe not if it's coming back for me. Okay, so this episode starts off with old pervy Uncle Max showing up to the estate with the police. And this is how season 1 ended. Now, mind you, I never finished watching season 1. I was supposed to binge watch it. I got so caught up in Underground that I never got back to binge watching Greenleaf. But the OWN network put out the 6-minute clip on Facebook that I saw. So I kind of like got caught up all in that 6 minutes about what was going on. But I do know at the end of season 1 that old Uncle Perv Mac was coming back onto the scene. So this is where this is starting off at. He shows up with the police and he bringing allegations against old Bishop. And basically the allegations was that back in 1983 he burned down his church. And when he burned down his church, Daniel James was killed in that fire. So during this whole process, you know, I thought they was coming to arrest him, but they actually came there to make the allegation against him, which was weird to me. I don't ever realize that showing up to your house to say, I mean, a buku police showing up to your house just to say, we think you did this, and then bring Mac with them when they show up. Why would the police bring Mac? I mean, he got some type of pull or something. I don't know what kind of pull he got in this community, but he got some pull that I don't like. So anyway, everybody's pretty much confused about why the hell he out of jail. You know, he just went to jail for all his molestation charges, and now his ass back out of jail. So Grace confronts old Uncle Perv about what plea deal that he just got to get himself out of jail and his attempts to bring her daddy down. Just so he can get out. So she threatens him, and he's like, I don't care what you say. Ain't nothing you could do. You can't touch me. Not a stain on me. You ain't gonna be able to get me, girl. Because just because you think your daddy is the only person I got dirt on. No, boo, I got dirt on a lot of people in this whole little town. So therefore, I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna stay right here, and you can't get me. So Grace is pretty pissed off. They go back into the house. And they show Bishop James and they're talking to May. And May is like, is this what you've been keeping me from me all this time? Is this what's going on? And Bishop tell her, yeah, I did it. I did not know he was in that church though. That part was the accident, but I meant to burn the church down. So all of her feelings about the fact that he just confessed to her. And I don't know, but he's still confused too, like why Mac out of jail. Everybody's like, I don't know what the hell is going on with Mac. He ain't covered by the blood of the Lord, but he covered by the shield of the law or some shit, you know. And like I said, he got dirt on everybody in town, so this is gonna get kind of crazy. But then go over to Mavis, and she in bed. She wake up, she get a phone call out the blue from Bev Cole about why she ain't ordered no shipment for the bar, and I guess it really hits her that, you know, she done lost her club, you know. And so but she's slurring her words and stuff. First I was like, is she just sleepy? You know, she get up. Okay, well, here come Lonzo walking in there with his own nice, sexy body. But Lonzo come in there with his guitar, strumming on it. And she trying to make sure he get to where he's supposed to be for like an audition or what have you. And he come in, he start popping pills. And offer her one like, hey, you want one of these? First I was thinking it was Aspen or some shit, you know, because she like woke up like with a hangover of some sorts. And she like, no, I don't fuck with that old Oxy devil. This motherfucker is popping oxycodone. So she say, But yeah, she didn't take it. She turned over. Mavis got her own poison. She got that brown liquor hitting her hard. And it's just like, ooh, I used to have a landlord that was a drunk like that. Just wake up drinking. Like, how you wake up? You ain't even out the bed yet, but you got your liquor sitting right there. You didn't even have to pour it. It's already just like, Yeah, I mean, I do that with my water. I wake up in the morning and I drink some water. But damn, you wake up and you drink some liquor? Breath all hot and funky. They go over to the church. Grace is giving a sermon, basically begging for the collection plate to be filled. So one thing I hate about church, they used to have 5 collection plate offerings. The building fund, the nursery fund, the car fund, the this fund. But they having a church. They having an offering. And she's trying to take pledges to get money in. And I swear that was the most lackluster sermon that I've probably ever heard in life. And the applause from the audience was like, slow hand clap. But I need to start rocking. I realize while I'm doing these reviews, I'm just rocking. Okay, let me stop rocking. I'll try to anyway. But yes, she been giving like the most lackluster sermon ever. And so after she goes out to the hallway, May rolled up to him and basically said the same damn thing. She said, I have never seen a crowd so forcibly uninspired. I was like, I love whoever writing her dialogue, baby. They have mama using some words. I love it. I love it. But it's like Grace like, don't be trying to blame that on me. That ain't me. It's that most likely people ain't giving money because what's going on with daddy. So she shows her the bill. She said, no, look at this, honey. We down 40%. So like I said, daddy about allegations that's bringing this church down. It ain't got nothing to do with the way I'm doing my sermon. And May like, you and your damn pride. You just can't, you about to bring this church down. Everything you saying, you doing, you just don't give a doggone about nothing but yourself. Your daddy out here dying, he's sick, and he probably about to go to jail for the rest of his life. He's going to end up dying in jail, and that's all you care about is you and your pride. So, apparently, 3 months have passed. I don't know how this show move along. Because like I said, I didn't really get through all of season 1 for me to really get a good feel of how I do it. But apparently 3 months have passed now. And now, because they said that it's been 3 months now since the investigation opened up about the bishop. So, church losing money. Mama blamed Grace. I'm saying it's pretty much always all her fault. So they having a little conversation about that. And, she said, and May said she having nightmares about Daniel. I'm like, how you having nightmares about something you didn't even see? But okay. She said she having nightmares about Daniel. I guess burning up in the fire in that church. And he was like, that was an accident. He tried to reach out and touch her. They've always had a loving relationship. But he tried to reach out and touch her. She's like, I can't right now. He says, not the time. So she goes down to breakfast and she puts on her face, you know, like she always do. She got that one that she puts on the face. I don't know how to really even explain it well to make you feel what I'm saying. She's like, she just turned on. She turned on the stone face the best that she can. And she go down to breakfast with the kids, and they out there talking to one another. Have her, Jacob is reading the paper. And she's asking like what allegations in the paper about our family today. You know, they like to bring down the high to the low, bring them on down. And Bishop walks in and say hi to the family. Everybody like, hey, daddy. He starts to go in about how he ready to preach. He can't wait to get back to the pulpit. And Grace looking like, really? You trying to go back to the pulpit? She gets up from that breakfast table like, look, I gotta go. I gotta study my text. And, you know, he plays off like, yeah, your mama was always into the books. She's always a scholar. She's always a scholar. But, yeah, we all could see that Grace is feeling some kind of way about her daddy. Then they move on to Charity. Charity having a meeting with Carlton and his boo. I can't remember the boo name. I know they married. They having a meeting about her album and this producer that they want her to work with and all the good things that he has done. And she's like, you only want me to work for this dude because he's fine. And he keep calling himself, I keep calling him Kyle Barker. Kyle Barker's like, well, shoot, it ain't bad to look at a little eye candy, you know what I'm saying? So they next show her singing. I love the way Charity sings. Next show her singing her little song, and she, you know, All of a sudden they pan up to this brother. Baby, he is fine. You, yes, he's fine. Nice looking eye candy I could have on this show for myself. And she knows she all in her feelings, and he's oh Lord, she all in her feelings in the song, and he really feel her emotion. He's like, you know what, I want to work with you. I want to go ahead and get the work done. And you could see the obvious flirtation going on. She gets up with that big old belly of hers. Baby, Charity is huge. I know that she was supposed to be having twins. She lost one twin already, and they kind of concerned about the other baby and her pulling through. But she big as a motherfucker. And so she at this exact moment she gets up, she hugs the producer. His name is Jabari. She gets up and hug him, and when she hugged him, Kevin knocking on the door. Like, I know you see me. I know you see me standing here. And he walks on in, like, I guess am I interrupted something, like, what's going on? And he just introduced himself, you know, and he's like, well, can I talk to my wife for a moment? So the dude walks out, and they start talking about why is she there, why is she not rested. And she's like, you know, they told me I can get up and walk around. Like, what are you here for? You know, she's so dumb that, you know, we done outed you. You ain't here. Your situation ain't what I want to be in right now. Why are you here? So next they go to they're supposed to be having a church revival, not a revival, cutting of the ribbon. They about to open up Triumph Church with Basic Skanks. I hate his name, Skanks. But they about to have the church revival, and so everybody's ready to go to the church revival because, of course, you know, Jacob is supposed to be working with that church. So they go in there to support him. Everybody but May like, I'd rather chew glass than go over there to that thing. So, but is it just me? Like, I cannot stand when a show, well, I can clearly tell when a show records a scene without the music in the backdrop, and then they add the music in later. Because it was clear that this crowd was so overly hyped compared to the song that was being sung on stage. But the dude on stage, he was just as hyped. I'm like, dude, that song ain't going like that. All that bopping and spinning around, I think I must have been out of church too long, because I don't understand. I am not really into a lot of the newer sound that they have for the gospel sound, because a lot of it seems like it should be in a club. It's too much theatrics, and that's one reason why I left the church, because of the damn theatrics. But we're not here to talk about it anyway. But the crowd was so doggone hyped up, but shit, like I said, I didn't know what it was hyped up for. It wasn't for his working for me. It wasn't for his working for me, because damn sure that song was not working for me. But Jacob came out on stage after the dude performed and was like, hey, give it up. I know that was working for you because it was working for me. And I was sitting here thinking, no, not for me. But okay. Jacob giving his little sermon. And his wife was up on stage with Basie's wife. And she like, yeah, your boy picking up tips from my boy. And Jacob's wife looking like, what you mean by that? But everybody that is listening to him talk is all like, oh, where does Jacob come from? He got some little fire in him now. Sometimes you need that little fire. You know, he went over the top for me. I could deal with this little new Jacob right here. So, Basie came out on that stage and announced that he was going to stay at Triumph 1, the original church. And for Triumph 2, and this new groundbreaking, the new pastor was going to be Jacob Greenleaf. Baby, the jaws that dropped on the ground when he said that. I mean, Daddy looked, Grace looked, Jacob wife looked, shit, even Jacob looked like, the heck just happened? Wait a minute. He like, dude, you for real? He's like, yeah, you got the fire. I know you can do it. Go ahead and do it. And Bishop already keeps saying something ain't right with him. This is a setup for fall. He trying to, something ain't right with this boy. Keep an eye on him. And now you finna go be his head pastor. I'm like, wait a minute now. Okay. So then they bring out Kirk Franklin. They bring out Frank Franklin, and he doing the gospel remix So 1, 2, 3, the crew is called BDP. And if you want to go to the tip top, stop the violence in hip hop. Y-O. 1, 2, 3. That's what I'm saying. Some of the new music that they coming out with in the gospel era, they remixing a lot of hip hop and old rap songs and old R&B songs that I used to like bump and grind to in the club and get, you know, crunk up in the club. So my mind can't mesh it well. It's not that I don't like it. I see you, Kirk. I mean, it was rocking, but it wasn't rocking for me because of the message. It was rocking for me because I know the old BDP song. The whole time you on stage, I'm singing the original lyrics, like 1, 2, 3. But okay, you know, Kirk got up there, did his thing, as he always do, because that's Kirk Franklin. We know Kirk Franklin for that. And then I go back to old Uncle Perv. He's sitting in his car, fuming, because he see them flyers that Grace had some flyers in her car, with a predator advisory alert that apparently she done stuck around on everybody's cars. So, old Uncle Perv walks up to May, her first May on the parking lot, and to let her know they about to bring some charges up on Bishop James, and it's gonna happen tomorrow. And she was like, "What the hell are you doing here? Why are you here?" And he was like, "You know, I'm here concerned about you, because no matter what's going on between me and James, you still my family. We still sister and brother." She like, "We ain't family. You ain't no kin to me. Not after all you done." He said, "Yeah, I ain't no kin until you need my black ass again. That's when I'll be kin again." Then, so they rolled back over to Mavis and Lonzo. They walking up in the club. She drunk as all get out, baby. He gets a phone call and she checking his phone and like, "Hey, who is that? Is that some label reaching out to you?" And he like, "No, it's not this label." And she's like, "Yeah, it is them. I ain't no fool, you know." And the dude, she tried to order a drink and David like, "Look, I was told I can't even serve you no more." And she's like, "Okay, fine, don't serve me, serve him." Order a double for him. And gave him the drink and took his drink, and she tossing it back. She already effed up. I'm like, come on, Mavis, bring it on back down. Bring it on back down. So, evidently David calls Bishop. This Bishop rolls up in there. And apparently Mavis and Lonzo done got into a fight. I don't know if it was a physical fight, but she passed out in the back room. And he walks in, question her about what's going on, what happened. And then they go back to the church. Grace go ahead and talk to the one of the board members of the deacon board and finds out what the real problem is. Why the deacons ain't even pledging to the church. And it's not her sermons. It's not necessarily her daddy's allegations. The problem is that you got two gay men walking around this church, flaunting their relationship, and the deacons and the deaconesses ain't happy about it. And the fact that Charity sang at their wedding, that was a no-no. And Grace is like, they didn't even have their wedding here at this church. And she said that doesn't matter. The church supported it by Charity going to sing at it. Like I said, I ain't been in church in a long time. You always know there's been a homosexual member in the church. The choir director is usually always the one. Not no shade, but that's just stereotypically what's happened. The choir director is usually always a gay member. One of the pastors up on stage is usually always a gay member. But it's never been like so openly flaunted. And when that scene came and they were walking down the hallway of the church kissing each other, I was like, damn, they done really progressed. You know, it was a shock to me too. So I was like, okay. Like I said, I ain't been in church in a while. They go back to Mavis and Bishop James in the car. They doing a lot of flip-flopping back and forth. And it's hard for me to keep up with where the fuck they at in the timeline. Because they go back to the car and I think it's nighttime, but the other scene is in the daytime. It's whatever. They go back to the car and Bishop and Mavis in the car talking, and he's trying to tell her, look, you need to watch out for yourself. When you drinking again, last time you went through this, you almost killed yourself. And he was like, what's up with this dude? He keeping you drunk. And she's like, no, he ain't the problem. And she keep telling him, he is not the problem. dude is a problem because he popping oxy. But truth be told, her direct problem is the fact that she the one that's taking this liquor. He ain't forcing her to drink it. But she going through a bad patch. She lost the club. She don't know how to deal. And so she found comfort in this bottle. And he like, you need to calm down with that. He asked her, you want me to help you go upstairs? She like, the last time you helped me upstairs, you know what happened. And I was like, wait a minute. Like I said, I didn't watch all of season 1, so this kind of threw me for a loop. You trying to tell me that the bishop and Mavis slept together? When did this happen? Somebody let me know. Did this happen before him and May got married? Or was this after they got married? Because like I said, I'm still watching season 1. I'm going to go back and I'm going to finish it. But this was like news to me. I was like, did she just suggest the thing I did, the tea? I was like, okay. So, but no, he didn't walk around. She got up in the crib herself, and she's stumbling her way through the dark. Sits down next to the bed, next to those snoring Lonzo, and opened up that pill bottle and hold that pill to her mouth. And the way that they cut these scenes in Greenleaf, Mavis started popping pills. That's what it was. You can't tell me that she wasn't. She started popping pills. She was already drunk. Now you finna mix that alcohol and that oxycodone. It's just finna send her over the edge. And I'm like, Lord, why, Lord? Woo. So then the Grace confronts Bishop about the allegation. She was like, I just want you to tell me the truth. And yeah, he tells her, what happened to church. He tried to tell the church it was a money pit and he couldn't. So I guess, he was trying to do it like probably an insurance type of scam. So he tried to set that mug on fire and burn it down. But he didn't know that Daniel James was inside that church. And that was an accident. She's like, how you gonna get up on the pulpit and preach after all this? And he's like, I don't preach perfection. I preach the grace of God. And if God see fit to see me through this without me going to jail, then I'm going to get up there and I'm going to preach whatever God puts on my heart. And I was like, okay, Pastor. Okay, Bishop. Was it just me, or did y'all realize that he put the blame on Max? He said Max came to him and asked him, did he want him to handle it? And he didn't say no. So it makes it seem like he didn't set the fire. Max set the fire, but it was with the bishop's approval. That's what it seemed like to me. Okay. But May goes to ask her daddy for some help, because her daddy is the one who supposedly spilled the beans on what happened in the church fire. And she goes to tell him that, I just need you to do this one thing for me. He was like, you done came here. You've been my sweetest baby. I could never deny you what you need. He said what you need, and then that old motherfucker reached up and kissed his daughter full on in the mouth. This wasn't no daddy-daughter kiss. This was like, I've been fucking with you all my life type of kiss. And I'm telling you, like I said when I said I was probably not going to review this show, coming through molestation myself as a youth and dealing with that type of situation and the accuser, I was able to stop my molestation myself. But it still brings up raw emotions because it wasn't handled through the law. It was done other matters. But anyway, this whole scene right here, I was like, this old punk ass old motherfucker died. That's how I was feeling when I realized that he had been molesting her as well. See, the apple ain't fall far from the tree with Max. And I know some situations going on, or knew of some situations going on in my childhood and growing up to now that have came to light as an adult that's kind of hitting on this subject right now. And it's like, and I'm talking about like a child doing it after their mama or daddy had did it to them, that type of situation. Okay, so anyway, the DA dropped the case as May wanted to have happen because her daddy refused to testify, so she must have laid down for her daddy. Oh God, I hate that. Makes me want to cry. The shit that women go through to help their man, and the shit that women go through by the ones who's supposed to love and support them. I'm telling you, that shit's getting me emotional. I'm gonna have to. I don't know if I'm gonna continue reviewing this. Anyway, I had to stop writing. It was like, all right, they go back to the house. They finna have this little whatever. I can't remember what it was, but Jacob is there. Jacob speaks to his daddy, and his daddy don't want to acknowledge him. I couldn't remember what happened at the end of this show. like I say, months have passed, a time has passed again because Charity has the baby now. So they're all over there for the baby shower or the afterbirth. It's not really the baby shower, but they're all there for the party celebrating that the baby done came. I got a minute left, so I'm going to talk fast. And, like I say, Jacob came down and said he had his daddy. His daddy didn't want to acknowledge him. He's getting pissed off about what's going on with his son in the Triumph Church. Mavis come in and start going off on the bishop because evidently the bishop got rid of David. David done took off and went to St. Louis to go perform. St. Louis is where I'm from. Went to St. Louis to go perform. So Mavis shows up at the house in the middle of the celebration for the new baby coming in. And before she even come in, let me go back. Like I said, Bishop didn't want to acknowledge Jacob. He said more to his daddy, and he just kind of ignored him. But when Jacob tells him that him and his wife moving, Carissa, they moving out, I just learned her name, like just at that moment. I just remembered her name. You hear me saying Jacob wife this whole thing, that they moving out. The bishop was like, hey, that's what's up. Finally finna be a man. And so now he acknowledges him that he finna move out the house, and he happy for that. And Carissa's finna go down and do something with the church as well. And now Mavis is like, what is going on? Like, what you mean? You ripping the family apart. This is not what we do. The family stays together. You don't need to move nowhere because the whole family lives in this house. It's a big old house. And so she's pretty upset about the fact that, you know, Bishop acting like he don't care. His son is going to move about the house and the family is being torn apart. You know, the house is being divided. Hence the name of the episode. In the process, this is when May comes in. May comes in. Mavis, I keep mixing the Mays and the Mavises up. Mavis comes in all drunk and probably high on codeine or the oxycodone, and she yelling at Bishop about him interfering in her relationship and that David gone, and May is like, what the hell's going on? What's she talking about? So this tells me that she knew about them sleeping together. I just need to know for y'all to tell me when did it happen, because I ain't caught up yet on the season, that they slept together. And so she feeling some kind of way, insecure about why the hell you talking to my sister? Why you going to help her do any damn thing? You know, first of all, why she up in my house? Get out. Get out. And so May come up to Bishop and she's like, you only trying to destroy what I got because you can't have me. I was like, whoa, did she say that? She said that. And her and May get into a little argument, and May like, what I do know, I don't know what's going on, but what I do know is that you're drunk. What I do know is that you're high. You need to get up out of my place. You need to get up out of here. And she's like, I'm about to go. I'm about to go. I just came to say my piece. She rolled up out of there, and Grace ran out to try to stop her. And that's when she tells us that she's going to St. Louis to go track down David, because now David is went off. He got a show to do. But she high and drunk as a mug, driving these vehicles, transportation. So my mind is like, something gonna happen to her. Because Grace, like I said, Grace was trying to get her, you know, to look out for herself. She told her, just leave me alone. Don't even think about me. Don't worry about me. So May come out on the steps, and she was like, good riddance. Grace is like, is she coming back? Like, what's, I mean, you think she don't come back? She's like, yeah, she'll be back. She family. She come back. Don't worry about her, child. But so all that's making me think that something's going to happen to her. I think it's going to be an accident because she's driving drunk and high. That's when driving under the influence, or yeah, driving under the influence means that you have drugs involved. Driving while intoxicated just means that you're just drunk only. So I think she's going to have a DUI, or she's going to have some type of accident. I ain't wishing no bad things on Oprah, but that's how I have wrote this. So then at the end of the show, the bishop did his little sermon, and he's shaking and trembling. Like I said, I haven't watched all the way through, so I still don't know what his ailment is. I'm going to catch myself up. He's shaking and trembling as he doing his sermon, and everybody noticing it. He goes back into the back church. All of a sudden, old Bassett Skinks, just walk his butt on up in there. What happened to the secretary who was like weeding people in and out? But he just rolls on up in there. And he basically comes to confront him and check him and say, you know, I'm finna bring you down. You going down. And he like, what the hell do you got against me, boy? And he said, you killed my daddy. He said, you Daniel James, boy. He said, yeah, that's who I am. I'm his boy, and I'm bringing you down. with every fiber in my bone, with every will that God has given me, I'm going to strike you to your down. I'm going to strike you down. I'm going to make sure that you don't never get back up. He just so over dramatic to me, though. The way I don't know if he's just meant to be that way. He just too flamboyant in attitude and whatever. I guess he just, we supposed to hate him. They doing a good job. I don't like him. I don't like Bassett, Skanks, Mr. Skanks. I don't like him at all. Daniel James' son, whatever. So he got this vendetta against Bishop James for killing his daddy, and he gonna try to bring him down because of that. They said they dropped all the charges, so I don't know what else he gonna do. I think he's gonna use the hell out of his son, and I think Jacob was gonna allow it because now he's head pastor of the church where he always wanted to be. You know. So that's the end of Greenleaf. Just to give y'all a little heads up, I'm not sure how these reviews are going to go. Greenleaf, Underground, Shots Fired, all these shows air on the same night. That is too much for me. Underground right now is taking precedence. That show right there, I'm feeling it. So I'm going to try to get my Underground review done within the first 24 hours of that show on Wednesday because I'd be so passionate and so into it. I will try to get Greenleaf up by Friday at the latest. Greenleaf and Shots Fired when Shots Fired start. Because Greenleaf and Underground come on at the exact same time. I can't watch both of them at the same time. So, maybe I'll flip-flop to give like the Underground people a slot and then give the Greenleaf people an earlier slot. I'll rotate weeks. I don't know until Underground rolls off. Underground is only 10 episodes, so Greenleaf will be lasting longer. Is that a good way to say it? Alrighty, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Tell me what y'all think about the show. If I missed anything, drop it down below. Yeah. This is Greenleaf, Season 2, Episode 1. Peace.